All right, is it live? Oh, camera's right there.
Oh,
Right. Hello, everybody. It's Tish and Daniel here with
hey,
our first, what is this?
family
Family
crafting
crafting. So,
session. Family crafting
yes,
session.
our family crafting session.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so today we're going to be making some growing holiday cards. And I have to remember that our camera's over here and not on the computer. We can see
Right.
ourselves here,
All right.
but our camera's up here.
All right.
So we're doing these growing holiday cards, and we'll show you how to do that. But before we get started, I just want to do two things. So every craft we do has a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
But before we even get to that, I just want to tell you guys that Heart Love Place is doing a online auction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another way that you guys can support us and our mission and everything we do in supporting and carrying on the community. To get to the auction, you can go to www.heartloveplace.org and you should be able to find the auction in the banner. We have awesome things there. We have tickets to the museum. We have Brewers tickets. We have a football signed by the Packers, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a Packer football.
And you can also just straight donate to support this program, our um, summer campus experience. You can support our gardening program. So any way you want to support Heart Love, you
Mm-hmm.
can do that there. So please think about doing that or sharing it with someone you think would be interested. You can also find that link in on our Facebook. So
Yes.
just wanted to share that with you guys before we moved on because
That's important.
that's
It's
important.
important because we can't do what we do without support. And so that's why it's important.
It's very important. Yep, yep, yep. So, to get into the lesson, you want to read it or you want me to read
I
it?
can read
You
it.
can read it. Okay. I'm good
Since
at
you
this
came up with the
too.
craft, I might as well. I'm reading the whole thing.
Yeah, read the whole
Okay,
thing.
you guys. So, um, this is a growing holiday card, and we're coming from Ecclesiastes 11:6. Sow your seed in the morning, and do not be idle in the evening, for you do not know whether morning or evening
Sewing.
sowing will succeed, or whether both of them alike will be good. Sometimes in the cold of winter, it's hard to imagine that the spring will bring us back to a world that is green and vibrant. We might even spend the coldest of the days wishing we could skip over the winter and get straight back to warmer weather and the freshness of spring and summer. But for some plants to grow, they must go through a process called vernalization. This is a process in which seeds and plants are exposed to long periods of cold, which actually encourages the plant to bloom and flower. That's something I didn't know. At times when we share things with someone or try to teach them something, it may seem as though they do not understand or care. But it could be that they are in the winter of their understanding. Wow. The seeds we plant in each other may take time to grow and even longer to bear fruit. But if we continue to offer our best to each other, eventually our spring will come and our seeds will sprout. For this reason, we must also be careful not to plant bad seeds within each other. Speaking life and love into each other will never yield a bad crop. So we must be mindful of how we speak to and treat our loved ones and everyone we interact with. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. I love
So,
that. You want to start?
oh yeah. Okay, hold on to that. Let's put this over here.
Awesome.
So, in moving on with that, just on that subject, I always tell people, just working with kids and all that stuff in my first year of camp, and I've probably told this story a million times. I remember feeling like they weren't hearing and responding to the things that were being taught. And one of the things the Spirit said to me is, "You're here to sow seeds, not grow plants." And so I remember that
Mm.
whenever I'm just interacting with anybody, is just that you're sowing seeds for God to grow with.
Nice.
So, like I said, we're going to be making, and I'm trying to remember where our camera is, this like homemade paper, and this is where our seeds are going to go to make our craft. So essentially all this is, it's just torn up paper shreds. It's literally just shredded paper that we're going to use to make our craft. And the best way to do this is with a blender. You take your scrap paper, whatever paper you have. I would suggest using this white paper instead of construction paper, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see that the construction paper doesn't break down as well, and so unless you want that decoration in your craft, it doesn't break down as well. So this is for your main paper, but if you just want a little speckle of colors in there, That's what the craft.
But this is construction paper?
Yeah,
Okay.
the like the yellow and that
Okay.
green.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the construction paper that didn't break down
Okay.
in the process.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you just take your paper, and if you put that in the blender, I'm sure it'll blend it a little better. Your water and your paper, and just blend it up. But for those of us who don't have a blender or don't want to use our blender for this particular craft, you can use shredded paper, and that's just taking your paper and just clipping, 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 clipping,
Which ends
clipping.
up looking like this, maybe?
Yeah. So you'll have your little paper clipping. And this is actually a little cheat we did, because one of the things that we have here in the office is a paper shredder.
Sorry.
So that's all our paper that has been shredded, those documents that we no longer need and are going to recycle. And so this is another way of recycling it. So then we get our bottles, our empty bottles.
Am I supposed to be doing this?
Yes, you can take your empty bottle and start. And this is the tedious part. This is where you'll want to, definitely have little hands for the kids to do, is start putting your paper into your bottles.
How much paper do you have to, how much should you fill it?
So for me, it depends on how thick or thin you want your paper to be. I did mine probably for this card. I wanted it kind of thin because it is a gift card. I think I filled it about halfway.
Okay.
With the paper.
Okay. This paper is ticklish on my fingers.
Yeah, it do what it do. And this paper will probably mix a little better just because it is shredded thinner than what I did. But it is a process, and it is something that will help if you've got a couple of people doing it. Especially if you're trying to make cards for multiple people. You say, hey kid, get over here with those little fingers and stuff this bottle.
Now then, I'm a bedazzler.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, once mixed, can you add glitter to it? Or no, is that gonna like mess up the consistency or whatever?
You know what? I was wondering what glitter would do in here. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Just because once the paper fibers start breaking down, it's gonna become like a pasty consistency.
Okay.
So in this step, you probably wouldn't want to do the glitter because it'll get lost in the sauce.
Okay.
But once you start doing your start pouring it out and letting it set, that's when you probably put the glitter. Yeah.
I'm adding glitter to mine. Y'all gotta know that. I'm adding glitter to mine.
So yeah, about halfway or something like that, depending on how much you want to use, because the more you put in there, the more you got to deal with.
Right.
For this first one that I did, it started out pretty big, and I cut it down. I actually cut this to shape.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So
yeah.
okay.
So I think what you have is good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
And then after you get your bottle filled with however much you want to do, yeah, it's gonna be a mess. You're gonna get paper everywhere. You want to use warm water. So you start with warm water because that just helps break it down. And then let me see. I'll probably do about. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
So saturated.
Yeah,
maybe?
it's got to be saturated. So you want it to float a little bit.
Okay.
You want it to float. And the more water you put in there, the thinner the paper's going to be.
Is that good?
That's good.
I don't want thin paper.
That's good then.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Because it'll be more of a thicker thing, like kind of pasty.
Okay.
But you also want it to be able to be spreadable. Because if you can't spread it, then it's going to just be a big clump of goop. So yeah, then you just put your top on there, and I can see all the ink coming off. And that's something you also might want to be mindful of, is what kind of paper and what kind of ink you have in there. Because for this, we are planting them, so we don't want to put too many like chemicals in our plants. So yeah, you just shake it. And I found that one of the things that I forget, there's a microphone right here, so you're shaking right now.
Oh!
I forgot. I'm sorry. That's me. What was I gonna say? So once you start shaking, you kind of check on it, see if it starts breaking down. And one of the things you might want to do is walk away from it, let it sit for a minute, just so the paper can soak and get really saturated, so that when you come back to shake it, it just starts breaking down really well. And if you start shaking it and it starts looking too thin, you can put more paper in there. If it's not thick enough, you put more water in. Whatever works for you.
So at this point, should the paper be absorbing the water? Is what you're saying? Okay.
Yep. And like I said, with the construction paper, it probably needed a longer soak just to break those fibers down. But I ain't have time for that. I wanted it done. We're busy. And so look, if you have one of those hole punchers that does the little shapes, that might be cool for this project because you can put little hearts and stars, hole punchings into the paper.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking mine's might be a little thin. Oh no, it's good. Because it starts to turn into a slurry. So you might need a little more water because it's going to be really thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is too thick, you guys.
Yeah.
See that? If it looks like that, add a little bit of water.
Just for this project. This is something that I'm really just learning how to do. And I'm still experimenting with it because I can see this process being used for a lot of different projects. I think this is really cool. It's a really good way to recycle and reuse just like papers and stuff you just don't need anymore. Because I know me, I keep all my notes, I keep all my little drawings and sketchings, and if I ever decide, hey, I need to clear out, but I don't want to just throw away, there's something you can do with it. And I think I do think I'm too thin. I'm gonna put some more paper in here. Ooh, something's shaking.
Is that me?
Might be. And so I'm just gonna skip ahead because I don't think I'm gonna get this process done. So what you want to do then is get you a container. What would probably work better is a baking sheet, like a cookie sheet. Just because these edges are a little too big, but whatever you have that can retain your project is good. I'm using this container that we had sponge brushes in. This is from the daycare. I know.
I know because I see one of my kids' names still on there right now. Me.
So then you take whatever you have. Like I said, it'll probably work better with a baking sheet, but this is good too. And you'll take an old t-shirt. I just took one of the old t-shirts that one of our kids used during the summer for painting, and I just cut it in half. And I lay one down as like the base.
I'm just gonna be over here shaking.
Oh yeah, go shake it. And I try to get it all the way in the corners, and that's why a cookie sheet would probably work better because you'll get it all the way in the corners. And I'm just gonna skip ahead just because I want to show you guys how to do this, and then we also want to get to another part of the project. Oh, so at this point, once I got it all slurry and how I want it, you can add your seeds. So I have some winter squash. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So as I was doing this, I kept trying to remind myself to bring the seeds. I said, don't forget the seeds, Daniel. I forgot the seeds. But then as I was setting up, I turned and I opened this drawer. I said, oh, it's seeds. We've got all these seeds that I'm pretty sure we got from Groundworks Milwaukee. They are awesome. They have been helping us all. Oh, if you get the chance, check out the Peace Park on MLK and Ring. Groundworks has been out there over the past couple weeks putting down a new path to what do you call it? The healing space. Yeah, so they've been working even in this late in the year. So it's awesome. Go check it out. Well, you might not want to pop a squat just yet just because they're still working, but you can see stuff working. You see stuff going. So, like I said, at this point, I would take my seeds and put them in there. I'm probably not going to actually put the seeds in there just because this is kind of unfinished. But then you would take this slurry and you would pour it out on your cut t-shirt. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Yee. Hey, what you think?
That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's broke down really good.
Good.
So whatever she did, you probably want to do what she did.
I stepped away. Okay, I had to step away and I had to really shake. Shake it. Yeah, so it was good exercise. So I'm sitting here sweating right now. Yes.
Like I don't know if you can see me glistening.
Okay.
But then you pour it out into your shape. Like I said, a cookie sheet would probably be better. And you just kind of even it out, just really soft. You don't want to mess in it too much. I don't know if you can see
I can hold it up.
Yeah.
Can you see it on the screen?
So you got that nice little slurry.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take your other half of the Did I put both halves in there? Lord have mercy.
What? Oh, the t-shirt?
Yeah. So you'll take the second half of your t-shirt and you'll set that right on top. And then you'll start absorbing the water. Just like that. And then I have this here. And you just kind of pat the water out. And you want to get rid of as much as you can.
You know what? One day we're going to be super cool, and we're going to have a camera right here, and we're going to have a camera up there. So whatever we're doing right here, we're not going to have to do all this tilting and stuff. But we working on that.
I thought about that. I was like, how should we have that angle? That's why I have it kind of angled.
Yeah, because how do people do that? They have cameras. Like, I watch a lot of crafting videos, and they always have a camera right here, and then they have a camera right here, so I can literally see what they're doing. We're going to get there.
We'll get there. With your support.
With your support only, that's it.
If you definitely want to see us do some fancy stuff, you got to help us do the fancy stuff. Go to our auction at www.heartloveplace.org. Click the link on the banner and help us grow.
Help us grow.
Oh my goodness, I wish I could lift up the shirt because that's what... No, your shirt says it.
Oh, what does it say?
We grow together on the front. On the front. It says we grow together.
We grow together.
Boom. Just like
that.
That's
our thing. Plant seeds. Since I've been at Heart Love for a long time, and I've always heard that as like a theme of ours. Planting the seed. Planting the seed. And what you say, Daniel, you don't need to necessarily see it grow.
Yeah.
You just need to know you planted the seed. That's powerful. Because
what does the scripture say? Teach a child in the way they should go, and they'll never depart from it. Favorite scripture. That's it. You're just planting seeds. You as a parent or a guardian or a brother or a sister or an aunt or an uncle, you're planting the seeds for what you want that child to become. And like the prodigal child, they may walk away from it, but eventually they come back to it. That never goes away. Yes. And this smells like a wet shirt. It does. It's a little mess. But you're just patting that wetness out. Okay. And then what I was doing was I was lifting this out and putting it onto a flat surface, and you have to try to make this as flat as possible because the top will bubble a little bit, but if you get it as flat as you can, then you'll at least get like a nice flat surface that you can still write on. Let me see. What it do? Oh, there we go. Looks good, y'all. So then you start getting something that looks like your finished product here because we let all the water out. Oh, that looks good, y'all. You can just take another shirt or a wet sponge, or sponge would probably be better, and just pat all that water out. Cool. So this is probably at the point where if Miss Tish wants glitter, we put glitter on it. Let me get some. Hold on. We got some. Where's some? Actually, there's some right here. There's some blue and some red. Let me add a little. Just add any color. It don't matter. There you go. I just want to add a bedazzle or two. No, I don't want to overly do it, so... Let's see. So this is our experiment time. This is where Miss Tish can either make it. Daniel's project could be on top, or I could just completely mess it up. Like I said, I'm testing stuff out myself. I was wondering about the glitter, so we're gonna see. So if you want to join us on Thursday, we can show you how this turns out. But you got to go on again www.heartloveplace.org. Scroll through the banner. Find the sign up for the family crafting, and we'll get you the link to the Zoom so you can join us and talk with us and, experiment with us. Oh, that looks cute. It's glittery. It's got some stuff going on. I just love glitter, y'all. But... No, it looks good. Okay, I'm off with the angles. But y'all that's good. Look at that. Oh, that looks so cute. So then you'd have your seeds and your yes. And so this only takes like a day to dry. Like if you leave this by tomorrow morning when I come in, it's going to be dry. Nice. So I'm going to set that aside. Okay. But we're going to show it on Thursday? Yeah. Okay. And so eventually it does dry into something like this, like a little cardboard. And I just drew a little picture on it. It says Happy Holidays from the blah, blah, blah family. That is so cool. Did my picture on the front. And this was all white paper, so it didn't have any of the construction paper to get the colors. But of course you can put your colors in there. If you're gonna put like inks or anything, I would suggest using food coloring. Because again, if you're gonna plant this, then you want to use as little chemicals as possible. So food coloring should be fine because it's food coloring. And just, as being
working with youth, having a little kid, to see something and having to explain how something goes from this, or should I say real paper,
Right.
then to this process, and then to this with the water, and then to get to that, it's conversation on conversation for days with kids. So if you want something fun to do, like Mr. Daniel said, you're recycling, the whole process of it all is how kids learn when they go through the process of things. And so awesome activity, and like I said, it's a conversation piece. There's so
is.
many steps you go through, and they're gonna be like, they're gonna want to know how it went from this or this to this. And so yeah, it's an excellent activity to do with your kids. I'm personally gonna do it and try to make some tags, just because I want people to know, like, yeah, I bought that gift, but I made this
Yeah.
part by hand, specifically, especially personally made. So adults, you can do it just to, add that personal touch to gifts. But of course, when Daniel was going through the process, he was over there cutting and shredding. Everybody walking in like, what he doing? I'm like, I don't know. And then we like, Daniel, what you doing? And then he amazes us and turns up with paper. And of course, my executive director does flips because she's so amazed by the process. But I was too. It's really, really cool to see, like I said, to go from this to this is amazing.
Yeah. I think half the time they think I'm over here crazy when they see my desk. And one of the days I'm gonna turn the camera again to my desk, and they're like, "What is this dude doing?
Yeah.
He's getting paid for." But then we come up with these projects.
Yes.
And what they say, genius always seems like madness at first. And not saying I'm a genius. I'm saying the people that I follow are geniuses.
Yeah.
But this is actually pretty sturdy. And again, if the thicker you make it, the more sturdy it is. I'm still going to be experimenting with how to make it foldable, because I saw some that you can fold.
Oh wow.
Remember, as you're doing that, you definitely want to let people know what seeds you put into the card. Like I said, so if I put radish seeds in there, let the people know I did radish seeds. If I did flowers, you can maybe find your person's favorite flower and put those seeds into the card.
So Daniel, what would you do? So this card has seeds in it.
That one does not. But
Okay.
saying it does.
If it did, and somebody gave it to me, where am I going to plant it? Am I going to just take this card and put it in the ground with soil? Like, how am I going to plant it?
So you just take a pot with your dirt in it, just rip a piece off that you have seeds in it, put it in the dirt, put a little water on it, and it sprout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like planting.
And
And remember, if you need any assistance on gardening, just because it's the wintertime, we still do that. We will start our sessions back up. And yeah, we can give you a little advice on planting this. Or we got videos from back last year, right?
Yeah, the
Or you
videos
can
are
look
still
at-
up
yeah.
on YouTube and on our Facebook. You can definitely check out those videos. Just scroll down through our videos, and they should still be there.
They're still there.
Yeah, and I think we also have some on our website, on our gardening page, so you can definitely go check those out. Relearn the lessons that Miss Dorothy has taught us, and get your gardening on
The best we can.
the best we can. Tish and Daniel, we do what we do. We are all skilled in the things we are skilled in. I'm just gonna put it like that.
Yes.
So for your card, we're gonna make envelopes. Now this is simple. I did have a more fancy envelope.
Oh, you made those envelopes?
Yeah. So this one's a little more fancy. I just made this one for the first time today. Looking at it, it just looks regular. But I was watching a lady on YouTube, and she did this little flip where it comes together. I was like, man,
oh, wow.
if you don't stop. So this is one we'll probably have to come back to another good time.
That's cool, though.
But it is. Like, when I was watching her make it, I was like, oh, that's basic. And then she did that little flip. I'm like, hold on, ma'am. I need you to go back. As if I'm not controlling the thing. But, yeah, that's one. But just a simpler one that fits your card. Let me some paper.
A whole piece?
Yeah, I got paper.
Oh,
Right
okay.
Yeah. I got paper. I'm just talking out loud. Hold, give me a second. Oh, y'all. Goodness, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Paper. And again, everything, I don't throw scraps away. Like, if you go in my office drawer, there's like random scraps of paper, and it looks like garbage, but it turns into stuff like this. So you're gonna need a square sheet of paper first. And usually what I do to get a almost perfect square of paper is I'll take it and I'll lift this end up to where this corner is. so I get like a triangle shape, and I know if I cut here, right where that fold is, I'm gonna get a nice square piece of paper. Now it's not gonna be perfect right now, and I try not to fold it because I don't want a line in it, but I know if I cut here, I'm gonna get a square sheet of paper. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna fold it. Just so I know where I am. And these envelopes are very simple. They're very easy. And you can use the scraps from this to make a whole nother card.
All right.
So yeah, nothing goes to waste.
All right.
So we have our square piece of paper, and then we'll fold it to a diamond shape, and then we fold those ends together.
I'm gonna try. I'm sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I'm tempted.
Go for it. And I didn't realize until I got started setting up that everything was green today. Even Miss Tish's green. We've got green bottles and green shirts and green. So I don't know. That just feels right. So I folded these ends in towards the middle. So it's got little wings. So like that. Everything's folded in.
Okay, guide me one more time. So I did this. I got my square.
So you got that. And then you fold it inwards.
Like this?
Yep. So those two ends meet.
Okay.
And I know there's a better way to do this to make sure everything's even, but
Okay.
not doing perfect. So you have like this diamond shape. So then you fold this end up. Sometimes I'm good at folding, sometimes not. You can always tell when I'm not. And then glue sticks. So you want to fold this end up to where it meets these other two. And then you glue those edges together.
Ah, got it.
Yep.
That was easy.
It's super easy.
That was easy, y'all. And I'm not the most
Yeah.
in the drawer. So if I say it's easy, it's easy.
Yep, and you just glue those ends together and you got you a nice little envelope. And just fold that other end down. And see, I didn't do mine even, so you might want to
Yeah, mine is a little off, but it's working.
Yeah. See, this is where I would have the kids do stuff because I don't lie when I say that the kids are smarter than I am.
Right.
Can get this stuff.
They're way smarter than me.
But
Ooh,
yeah,
I
there's
did
your
it.
envelope. Just simple. You put your card in there.
She did it. It's giving envelope.
Yeah.
That's what it's giving. Ooh.
And boom, that card slips right in there.
Yes.
Put your little name on there.
Yes, it's giving.
Now, if you're gonna mail it, make sure it's glued
Yes.
really good.
Yes,
Looking
yes,
at
yes,
this.
yes.
Now, I do have another smaller envelope that I did too.
That looked like a gift card envelope.
It is. It is. So my thinking was you put the little holiday thing in there with the seeds, and then also put like a gift card to wherever.
Oh, cute.
And this is I'm pretty sure I saw my mom do this a million times, which is where I got this from because she used to send us to school with lunch money and field trip money.
And she just folded
And
it
she
in
folded
the
up,
paper.
and I'd be like, "Wait a minute, lady." Now this one you don't have to cut. Strangely enough, the one you don't have to cut is the one that uses a whole sheet of paper. Lord have mercy, I know I put this here. So let me see if I can manage this. So this takes a whole sheet of paper and it's gonna come out smaller. So
This
what
looks
I
a little
did,
bit more complicated.
this one's a little bit.
Let's see if I can keep up.
But this one's good for again, gift cards. If you put your seeds in there, say, here's your seeds, then here's your gift cards. Do what you gotta do. So you take these two edges and you fold them down. So you get a little point, like you're starting a paper plane.
Evenly, right?
Evenly, yes. Just like you would when you're folding
They got to touch.
airplane. Yeah, as much as you can. Mine a little janky.
Yeah, it's like it's the paper even. The paper right.
Like, if you want to see it done better, get a kid.
Right. Because they do this.
They
This is
do
what
it.
they do.
But you'd start off just like you're starting a paper plane. So you put those little flaps there. Then you're going to fold these edges in. Wait, is that how I did it? Yeah. So you fold those in towards the middle. And I think this is how my mom did it. Like, if it's not, I figured out something.
If not, we'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, right. So you fold that in just like you're doing a thing. So then you take the bottom and you fold that up. So you fold that up just like that. So you got that. Fold in, fold up, and you take this top part and you fold that down. So you have it like that. So you have it like that. And then you take this point and you fold it into this little pocket here that you created. So you create a little pocket and you fold that into here.
Got it.
Boom.
Got it.
So then you got that nice little, and this will be perfect for the project that we're gonna do a couple weeks from now, because we're gonna do a fancy gift wrapping, and this will slip right down in that gift wrapping. This is like perfect. So you can do the seeds, you can do the card, and then you can do a gift. Somebody getting something nice this year. There you go. See, it's easy. Like when we talk about crafting, we talk about stuff we can do. We talk about fancy stuff that we can do, you can do it,
It's a thing.
can do it.
It's a thing, y'all. It's a gift card.
Yep.
It's a gift card thing. Look how cool. And I did it.
See?
Look at that. Ooh!
I ain't gonna have y'all doing nothing that's outside of your abilities.
Okay!
It's gonna look like, you know, somebody came through with some dollars and some cents, but it's gonna be something you pulled out of a drawer.
It's giving creative.
And of course, you can take that envelope and fancy it up any kind of way you want to. Give the kids some markers or some pencils. Just make sure you color it before you put the money or the gift card in there, because you don't want it to leak through. But yeah, that's what we got, y'all.
That's what we got.
We got fancy stuff.
It's giving fancy.
It's giving fancy. So you
Giving
got your
fancy.
cards, and again,
It's giving recycled.
yeah, and again, be careful with this. I colored this with marker, but you might not necessarily want to use marker, just because, again, if we're planting this, we want to be environmentally conscious. Because one of the things I learned just this past week, and mind you, I just went and bought a bunch of acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is not necessarily the best for the environment. I think because it has some, I forget what it is that's added to the paint, to where they recommend you don't dump it down the sink. You don't, whatever. So we don't want to use acrylic paints if we're planting this. We don't want to necessarily use certain type of markers. Probably crayons would be best. Hey, I was thinking about maybe showing you guys how to make some crayons. I'm going to try that one day. So yeah, just be, mindful and thoughtful as we're creating things of caring for the environment as well. And your children and your pets, because you don't want to use chemicals around them that is not good for them. So that's what we got.
That's what we got. This is good.
Yeah, I think we did good. It didn't take long, but it's definitely something you can do with the family, the kids, the grandkids, the nieces and nephews, and all that stuff. Me personally, I don't have my own kids, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews that are getting to the age where projects like this are maybe not as fun, but they'll come back.
They've outgrown. Yeah. So Daniel, on Tuesdays, just so anybody who's watching or wants to share, on Tuesdays we'll post the video.
Yes.
And then what happens on Thursdays? They have to join a Zoom link.
Yes.
And then what happens on the Zoom link? What are we going to be doing? What we did today, or what are we going to be?
So on when we come together on the Zoom, we're just going to be doing the project again, just to if anyone has questions,
step by step with us if you want to, right?
And then we'll also be discussing our lesson. We'll talk and figure out ways that we can, integrate that into your family conversation.
Yes.
As we're talking about planting seeds, I think that's something more for the parents, but I think the parents also need to understand that their children are planting seeds into them as well. And just whatever you get out of it, we just want to, hang out with you guys and discuss things.
So
and
we discuss, but we also do art.
Yes.
So we definitely going to have a discussion. So kind of what we read, but we'll go in depth on Thursday. Hopefully you can join us.
Yep. And don't worry if you miss this, video, or you're not a Facebook person. I know a lot of people aren't. If you sign up, then we'll send this video to your email. It'll also be on YouTube and Instagram and maybe Twitter if I remember tomorrow, because I'll take this video and I'll repost it to the Instagram, the YouTube, and the Twitter.
And don't watch Miss Tish holding scissors like this.
Oh.
I'm tripping. Not good.
It's fine. So
that's
thank you
it.
guys. That's what we got.
That's it. That's all. That's all.
I'm tempted to just take this and just kind of do a whoosh. But
then we got to vacuum that up.
gotta,
you know us. We'll probably leave it till tomorrow, Friday.
I will set a bin on top of it.
Hide it. Don't be nobody come in. We just move stuff so nobody see it. This is the messy office because this is where things happen.
Look, everybody, look. Okay, so just a heads up, we're getting ready to do our Christmas doors. Y'all know what it is.
Oh yeah, Daniel, tell them.
So we're getting ready to decorate our doors, and it's already getting heated here in the office. So much so that it triggered my anxiety a little bit, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, no. My chair's falling apart. I said the reigning champs cannot not compete.
They want to take that from us.
They're trying to take that
and
from
at first I was going to be nice and say, you know what, then we're not even going to compete. We're going to step away. Let them battle it out.
That was going to be our Christmas gift to them. We were like, here y'all go. Y'all can win.
But we changed our minds.
We changed our minds. So you guys are not going to know whose door is whose. So this is not an endorsement for you guys to automatically vote for us, because once we post the pictures, you're not going to know who's.
But if you see it, post. If you see it, join in on the fun, so that one of these 5 offices can get bragging rights for one full year. Because believe me, every time we win, I brag. I brags. I talk crazy. They know it. That's why Daniel said it got a little heated in here today, because a little friendly competition is what we love.
Yep.
So we in it.
Tables might be flipped in love. It's all in love.
So yes, when we post our doors, you will not know. I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, you and Daniel know everybody." No. That's why we are not gonna let you know which door is whose. But we definitely want you guys to vote. It'll make it fun for us. It'll give us something to just laugh about, and like I said, give us some bragging rights. But it's all in love. It's all in fun. And like, to be real, we're doing it for you guys too, just to show. We do all this other stuff, but we like to have fun. Yeah. And we want to pull you guys in on it. So if you see our doors, which we're doing this week and next week?
This week and next week, I believe so.
Okay, so we should be posting probably the week after that. Yeah. Okay? And we're going to get on live. Every time we get on live, we're going to let you guys know that it's coming.
Come. And all you got to do is put a little heart on. You can put a like on all the ones, because we know they're going to be fancy, they're going to be beautiful. You can put a like on it, but put a heart on the one you want to win.
The heart. So you can like as many as you want, but you can only heart one.
Only heart one.
I'm going to remind y'all, don't be messing up our rules and our guidelines, okay? You like them, you can like them all. I get it, because I usually like them all.
Yeah.
But you got a heart.
The one you want to win. Heart on it.
Heart it. Okay. All right, I'm done.
All right, we love y'all, and we always praying for y'all.
Sure.
If you want to directly ask for prayer, you can definitely go to again www.heartloveplace.org and put in a prayer request. We do check those regularly.
Yes, we do.
So we are praying for you. We love you guys, and we appreciate everything you do. Everything you've been for us throughout the year. So that's it. Let me see if I can reach over here and click it. Catch y'all. Hopefully on Thursday. Put in those requests so we can see you on Thursday.
Yes.
Catch you later.
See y'all soon.
Yeah.